Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Platinum Achievements. As always, I'm Ray, and joining me, as always, is the sweet prince himself, Gary.
How y'all doing?
We're doing pretty good, Gary. As you can tell by the timbre of my voice, Sammy is staying at my mom's tonight, so we get to talk a little louder.
Mm-hmm.
It's been an eventful week, let me tell you, both in achievements, trophies, and video games, and video game news. Life's been kind of slow, but I prefer that. So, alright. Let's begin, as we always do, with catching up. Gary, how have you been?
Pretty good. You know, personally, work's been a little up and down, but gaming-wise, I've made a bunch of good progress and stuff. So that's really all that matters
Same.
at the end of the day. How about you?
Well, since we started with work's been okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. Nothing crazy. I get a lot of YouTubing done while I'm at work, though. That's for sure. So that's
Like
pretty
editing,
cool.
I mean?
No. I watch. That'd be insane.
I'm
That
like,
would
damn,
be
that's impressive.
crazy. No, I have like, much like what will be the theme of this episode. I have a huge YouTube backlog of just saved videos that I want to watch. So I've been catching up, and I actually started, I started culling the list, like getting rid of videos I just probably won't watch or out of date or whatever. My backlog of YouTube videos at one point was like 2,200.
Damn.
And then I just started pruning all of it, and I'm right now sitting at I want to say I'm at like sub 600. A lot of it was like old Moist Critical videos that I just didn't feel like watching, or old movie news that new movie news has come out that contradicts it or updates it or whatever. Old podcasts that aren't relevant anymore, things like that. So
Okay. Real quick on the subject of YouTube backlogs and binging on YouTube, when you find a new channel that you really like, do you start binging their videos from the very beginning?
Really depends. Really depends on the video, on the content. And I mean how far along they are. There was, let me think. The ones that I know, there's one YouTube videos. Not specifically on YouTube, but when I found Phil DeFranco, who's like a news YouTube guy. I don't know if you've watched any of his stuff.
I don't think so.
I found him on Rev3 Gaming, or Rev3 at the time, which is kind of where Adam Sessler from G4 went after he left G4, I think the first time. And then he kind of started building a brand there. I think Max Scoville and Anthony Carboni, those are some pretty popular gaming industry names. They were on there too. And it was kind of like a more laid back G4. It was pretty cool. But then I found Phil DeFranco in there, and I just went back to the beginning of his stuff and I caught up. But if it's a newer channel, I'll do that. But if it's like, if they've been going for years and years and years, depending on the content, I might have done it before Sam, but there's no time now. No way. Why do you do that?
I used to, but yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as you now, where there's just too much to watch, too little time. Like I used to, like, if I found channels that I just fell in love with, I'd go from the beginning and kind of see how they progress.
Yeah,
which is kind of an interesting, kind of see their evolution essentially, which is kind of cool.
Don't do that on this channel. My old videos are shit.
I know, I wasn't in them.
Yeah, for sure not.
But yeah, I don't really do it anymore. I've subscribed to so many channels. I even every once in a while I'll go through and I'm like, I haven't watched any of these in a while. These people don't even make videos anymore, so I'll just kind of clean up my subscriptions a little bit. But
I'll go through their catalog, and I'll like maybe cherry pick a few videos. But yeah, nothing like that. Do you have you found yourself aging out? Last YouTube comment, and then we'll dive into. We'll catch ourselves up on trophies and achievements. Have you found yourself aging out of any content?
Yeah, actually. Like 12, maybe even 13 years ago, I was really into channels like Smosh. Did you ever watch Smosh?
Hell yeah, dude! I loved Smosh.
I,
I'm
dude,
subscribed to them again.
oh, okay. Because I keyword, I loved them, but then I kind of just fell off. I
Yeah.
also find myself, I used to be really kind of around that same time. I was really into like, I'm trying to think of like the main channel that did it, and then everybody kind of stemmed off of them. Where it's like channels that focus on like video game hunting, where they go out into the wild and try to find shit. And I was super interested in that
Ooh.
kind of content for a while, but I'm
Mhm.
not really crazy about it anymore. It just doesn't really hold my interest.
So yes.
But
Ooh,
yeah,
yawn real
there's
quick.
certain stuff where I'm kind of.
Smosh. Smosh.
I used to really
Smosh. I aged.
go ahead.
I don't know if I aged out of Smosh or if it was just. Um. No, I'd say I probably aged out of them. But also once Anthony left, I was like, well, it's not really Smosh anymore. But
Yeah.
I'm subscribed again because I like some of their content. They
Mhm.
I don't know if you know this, but they Anthony and Ian they came back together and they actually bought Smosh back from Rhett and Link.
Oh, okay.
So they're both back on it now. Like they got screwed when they sold that shit off.
Mhm.
And then
Okay.
yeah, so I mean as far as aging out, the Rooster Teeth I aged out of for a little bit. And
Yeah.
then more recently I aged out of Kind of Funny. For sure.
I don't know if I ever watched Kind of Funny.
I loved their content, but they're playing to a younger audience than is me.
Mm.
But now I've just
Yeah.
I've moved on to like Last Stand Media, which was Colin, who's from Kind of Funny, and then he kind of got
Mhm.
screwed over.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous. But yeah, so his content I like a lot more. I like it's like 2 to 5 hour long podcasts, and they're so nice.
Nice. Okay.
Yep.
The
But
only other thing that I can think of would be like top 10 lists. I was obsessed with those years ago. Like, oh, God, like I even
Watch
watched like
Mojo's.
Watch Mojo and all that kind of stuff. But it got kind of just they all got kind of got samey.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like, eh.
I have a buddy. I don't know if you're listening, Eric. I don't know if he still does it. He watched React content like
I did too for a while.
he watched it longer than I think was appropriate.
I probably did too.
I just don't like React content. I couldn't.
I thought it was just interesting seeing like if it was content that I was personally
Yeah.
interested in, it was interesting seeing a completely different demographic react to
Yeah.
it, like older folks or really like younger, like newer generation reacting to like lately. I saw like this video reacting to like original Game Boys and stuff like that. It
Mhm.
made me feel a little old and kind of crushed my soul a little bit seeing how they reacted. But
We'll transition back into the games, but there's the one it's a meme at this point. The one girl who was like, "This is why I don't get video games. They appeal to the male power fantasy." I wrote a blog about this, and I'm like, shut up. No one cares.
yeah, I think I've seen that. Yeah,
That's my
like
favorite one. But
yeah.
let's bring it back around.
Mhm.
Gary, I think you always do, but I'm just a gracious host. You can go first this week. Give us your
Ooh, such a
achievements and trophies.
gentleman.
Yeah.
So we are still at the same amount of achievements as last time because I haven't touched my Xbox. I'm a naughty boy. Because I've been focusing on completing stuff on PlayStation.
So your Xbox is
But
just in the cuck chair of the hotel room.
yep, it's just sitting there
Why
watching.
does every hotel room have
Um,
that chair?
what do you think?
I feel like
Um,
they've been there before the cuck fad started.
hmm Probably, but who knows? Maybe it's always been a thing and we just didn't know.
Definitely a good thing
Um,
Sammy's not in the house here
yeah.
in this conversation. Last thing I need is for him going around
Maybe
saying cuck.
like, huh? Right? Your wife's like, why is Sam saying cuck? What did you do?
He was saying what was he saying? We figured it out. He was trying to say new car.
hmm
It did not sound like he was saying new car.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we were like, where has he heard this word? Because neither of us are saying it, and we're like 90% sure our families aren't saying it. So that was lovely.
I bet.
Now his new thing,
so-
he's like saying peekaboo.
does he just do it randomly?
We kind of goad him into it, and then he just keeps saying it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he likes to run around now, and now he's starting to say fast. So that's pretty cute. But anyway, yeah, back to
Sanic. So I'm sitting at the same gamer score, 223,751. You know, my cursed gamer score ending in a 1.
we'll get you there.
Still need to get back to Hellblade 2, which somebody else that I made a bet with didn't actually start it yet.
Well, technically, there's no game called Hellblade 2. It's called Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Wait, is there a 2?
There's a 2.
Oh shit. Well,
Remember what happens when you question?
yeah, we're not making that bet
stuff?
again. Well, I mean, it's a beneficial bet.
Anyways, so I've been focusing on the PlayStation side of things. I went ham on Yakuza 6, platinum that. It's actually a pretty damn enjoyable game. Definitely feels a little bit more stripped down than the older Yakuza games because it's a brand new engine. They probably were just trying to figure things out, but the graphics are gorgeous with that new engine.
Is that your first Yakuza game?
First Yakuza Platinum, hella stoked.
But is it your
the
first
easiest
Yakuza
one. It's
game?
only like, no.
Oh, okay.
No, I've been playing them throughout the year. Like that's the 7th one that I've played now.
Damn, son.
Yeah. Next is gonna be I'm playing them in release order. So next is gonna be Yakuza Kiwami 2, but definitely for those of you into the Yakuza series, that's kind of a good. I wouldn't start with that one, but platinum wise, it's a good one to start with, just because it's a lot more lax. You don't have to complete everything on the completion list, which is very grindy and usually difficult. There are a few grindy trophies, but they're not horrible. It took me about 45 hours.
Which one's
Trophy
Like a
Guide says
Dragon?
40 hours, but Like a Dragon is number 7. It's technically the next one.
And then Infinite Wealth is 8.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's the pirate one coming. Arrg.
I know.
Is that a full game or is that a spin-off?
It's a spin-off.
Okay, but
it's gonna be a little bit longer than Man Who Erased His Name, which was about a 25-hour plat. I think it's supposed to be like
those are the spin-offs?
Yeah. Dude, like the main games are like 80+ hour platinums, like minimum.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That's why I'm pretty much just going in with the mindset of I'm just gonna for all of them but this one, I'm gonna kind of do what I want to do. I try to do all the sub stories because it's kind of story related content. I'll screw around with the mini games and I'll kind of just cherry pick all the low hanging fruit in regards to trophies. And then I'll just stop and move on to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
I might go back and plat the other ones at some point, but they seem like just such a grind and they're just so time consuming. But yeah, definitely recommend that one for first platinum for all you potential Yakuza lovers out there. And then I finally decided, screw it, I'm popping this last trophy in Fallout New Vegas since none of my Survivor challenges lately have applied, and I just wanted to finally pop that last trophy for the platinum, just be done with it, move on. So I have 2 out of 5 of the platinum, the Fallout platinums now, Shelter and that. Gonna work on Fallout 3, it's October already. At the earliest, maybe December, probably more like next year. I'll probably try to finish the series next year.
All the Yakuzas?
No, the Fallouts.
Oh shit, yeah, you're right. Fallout.
And then for Survivor, basically the challenge this time was to strictly do first, second, or third party PlayStation exclusives. I wanted to do something a little shorter, so I knocked out Twisted Metal 1 and 2 on PlayStation 5. They have not aged as well as I thought they would, especially the first one. First one's real rough.
I don't think
both
I've ever
very
played the
difficult
first one.
games too. Yeah, the second one, I think the second one is quite a bit better.
Is this the second one? Is the one with Paris and like New York City, right? Where like you can destroy the Eiffel Tower, and then there's like you shoot the moon in. Is it you shoot the moon in New York, and then the Statue of Liberty gets like down to her undies?
Yeah. Yep, that's the one.
Oh man, I loved that as a kid.
Yeah. Difficulty wise, the first one wasn't too terrible. once you got used to it, because you can basically what I did. I was gonna do it legit and beat everybody, all the way through, but there's a password to basically just go to the last level and just finish that. And it was already grinding enough doing it that way, and it wasn't very fun. So I just went that route. But number two, holy shit, difficulty steps up a lot in that one because the game's about twice as long. So even getting through my first playthrough, it just felt like it took ages, and I got stuck on like the last 3 levels for literal hours because I started the game on easy. I was like, oh, might as well just play through it on easy. But it's one of those older games that locks you out of half of the game if you play it on the easiest difficulty. Literally, they bring up a big old sign saying, "Sorry, you gotta play on medium if you wanna see the rest of the content." And I'm like, oh, great. So I started basically. Luckily, there's level passwords. So I started from the level I left off on medium. But it's pretty damn difficult, dude. Like, there's just I feel like the AI is just relentless in that game because every level that there's like 8 or 9 levels, and every level they add like one more enemy to fight. So like towards the end of the game, you're fighting like 9 guys, and like one of the levels that I got stuck on, it's just a big farm, and it's not very big, and there's 9 people just driving around shooting at each other. I felt like the AI just gangs up on you, and it's rough. And I'm pretty sure the trophy guide is the difficulty that they say. It's factoring in using cheat codes because they patched out the ability to use cheat codes and still get trophies. So you used to be able to just play the game with God mode. So obviously it's easy as hell, but without that, it makes it pretty difficult. I'd probably give it like a 5, maybe even a 6. Like it was pretty rough. There was even like some of it, maybe even closer to a 7. Like it was rough. Or just suck. Who knows? But and then I've put
Very
a little
possible.
bit of time into Astrobot, but that's pretty much been it for me. Pretty solid week of progress, honestly.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me bring up my Area X app.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's start with achievements. I think since we last spoke, I think I already mentioned that I finished Redfall. I think I mentioned that I did the update for Who's Your Daddy. That game's super. Did I not bring that up?
Did you? Did you?
Maybe
say
I
that?
didn't.
I don't remember if you did or not.
I think I had done it though. Yeah,
What even is that?
So Who's Your Daddy? It's like an old. Speaking of Rooster Teeth earlier, it came out like when Rooster Teeth was around still. I know it's not really helpful because they went away like earlier this year. But like years and years and years ago it came out. It's basically I think it'd be more than 2, but 2 teams, one is the daddy and one is the baby. And basically the baby is the baby wins by dying. By like getting into like different chemicals and everything, and the daddy has to stop the baby from doing stuff. It's more dark than it actually is, or it sounds darker than it actually is. So just a fun,
it's like
janky
a multiplayer game.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Oh,
It's an easy completion.
okay.
But they had a title update, so I went back into that, and I've been working hard at Powerwash Simulator, which is going to be the footage you see on screen. I completed the base game finally. It was...
Hey.
Dude, those challenges are no joke. You have to get 5 gold challenges, or gold medals on challenges. You can do either time limits, which is basically doing levels again, but under certain times, or you can do certain amount of water being used. And the water being used is the way to go, hands down. The timed ones are a nightmare, super stressful. And even the water challenges ones, some of them are much easier than others. The motorbike one was a real pain in the butt because you had to...
Did you use...
Go on.
Did you use Slugger's tip with the water usage one, where you kind of just tap it or whatever with the high-powered one?
Yeah, so I don't think there's anything specified as the high power one. But Yeah, basically the right method to use is to first you got to up your sensitivity like all the way, and then you want to use either. I think the white nozzle works for a lot of it. You want to use either the green or the yellow nozzle. I think mostly it's the green one because you get a wide berth, especially on some of the vehicles. And you want to like tap it, but as you tap it, like drag your cursor to like whatever direction you want to go, and that'll help you clear a lot of the vehicle. And then you have to like delicately like pruning is the wrong word, but like you got to be deliberate with certain other areas. You can use like the red nozzle and everything. I think I did the first 5 vehicles. So there's van, there's bike with sidecar, golf cart, and then like old-timey car. And those were pretty for the most part easy, except for motorbike because you have to finagle around in the engine a little bit. But other than that, if you get those 2 achievements done, the rest of the game is basically super chill and relaxing. I'm currently doing the Alice in Wonderland DLC. I think I'm on the 2nd map, and I think each map for the most part has like a bonus achievement to take care of. Some of them you have to do something last. Sometimes you have to do something first. Others are like, I know on the playground map you have to rinse a soccer ball up the slide, which is a little tricky, but things like that. Very fun game. There's a Shrek DLC coming out. I've already done the Warhammer, Back to the Future, SpongeBob. The SpongeBob one was fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And Gary, I know we've talked about it slightly about me going on the PS4 or 5 version. No shot in hell. I'm not doing those challenges again. There's no way.
That's fair.
No way. But you can co-op the game, so I think that would make some of the levels go a lot quicker. And I say that now, but who knows? If I complete this game and then I still have that bug in me, I might be willing to go back and do some more power washing with you.
Okay.
Then
yeah, but I feel like by the time I play it, there's gonna be like 900 DLCs to buy.
Yeah, and they're not cheap either. I mean, I only bought the Warhammer DLC one because one, I was in a Warhammer mood because I don't have Space Marine 2 yet, but it was because that was because it was a new game. They dropped that on sale to like $5, but yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll mosey on over to the PlayStation side of things. I am at 115 platinums, 767 gold, 1015 silver, 2379 bronze. I don't know if I did it last time. I think I did it after we talked. Yeah, I think I did it over the weekend. Got the platinum for Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. Very fun game. Super enjoyable. And then, like a fool, I started up Harry Potter Quidditch Champions on the PS4. And none of my achievements trophies auto-popped, which I prefer. But what you can do is, for most of them, so let's say one of them was for completing 100 matches. If you complete or winning 100 matches, win another match on the other version, and it'll pop for you. There were a couple of them like that. The problem is, and I don't know why I never thought trophies and achievements work like this. Ones like that where it's complete or play 100 or win 100 matches, the criteria is in like the back end is the amount of matches you've won have to equal or be greater than 100. So that's cool.
Okay.
What sucks is that a handful of the trophies, the achievement criteria like in the back end is it has to be equal to. So if you're already there, you're screwed. So if you're planning on double platting it, supposedly it works by deleting your WB account and then just creating a new one and then booting it up because that's where the progress is kind of saved or tracked. The developers are aware of the issue and they're working on it. Sorry, my dog was freaking me out. They're aware of it, but the ones that are affected right now that if you're already at the threshold and you go over, you can't unlock it. are complete a mastery challenge for each role. That's Brew Glory Trophy. The trophy is don't go making friends with the wrong sort. That's for winning 5 games of Quidditch while in a party. E for exceeds expectations, which is to reach level 45. Which, oddly enough, on the PS4, it's labeled as 50, but you still get it at 45.
Okay.
And you want to hit that 45, because then you unlock Harry Potter. There's also Roll Star, which is to earn a platinum medal for each roll. And then there's... I want a nice clean game, which is play 5 PvP matches. That one definitely didn't work, because I redid that one. It didn't pop. And I have a couple others I haven't gotten, but those are more just I didn't want to put in the time and not know if I can get the platinum yet. So, just a little public service announcement, just to be aware of that. And then I have one trophy in it. It's called Omega Strikers, and I'm gonna get Gary to play this at some point. Basically anime air hockey. Pretty okay game, pretty fun. If you look on not True Trophies, was it PSN profiles? They say it's a 5-hour completion. It was before they, not that the company went under, but they can't really. They said they couldn't really support the game anymore. So they're not big enough, I think, was their rationale at the time, and I think they're moving on to other games. But they unlocked all the heroes for you, so that was the part that took the longest, was getting everything to unlock a hero, or enough credits to unlock a new hero. You could feasibly complete this game in 1 match. The trophies, it's weird going from like an Xbox, because the Xbox has a lot more as far as achievements. I don't know if that's just a requirement that they had, but at least on the trophy side, all you have to do is earn MVP for a game. Play a game with 6 unique strikers, which is 6. It's not play 6 games with different characters. You have to be in a game where every character is a different person. However we want to say that. So, just has to be a game with 6 unique characters. And then win a game in overtime. That's not hard either. And express yourself is to emote 5 times in a game. That's literally it.
Express yourself.
Oh, express yourself? Yeah. Yeah, so very easy. The online is literally dead. So if you can get 6 people together, that'll be great. That'll basically guarantee you a couple of the trophies. If you can find 6, then you'll definitely be able to get like the MVP one without a problem. Even though the MVP one's not crazy difficult, but it'll be easier with a lot of people. So yeah, that's what I've been up to, and yeah, I'm working on Powerwash Simulator. That's my goal right now. Once I finish that, who knows where the winds will take me? I have an idea, but we'll get to that in a second.
Lucky Squire?
No, I can't swing that right now. I've already bought too many games.
Oh yeah, because you don't have PS Plus extra, do you?
No, I have Game Pass, and I want to buy Plucky Squire. But my thing with PS Plus, and it's been like this for a while, and I don't know if they've ever actually sorted it out, is there's like a whole licensing issue that I really just don't feel like dealing with. Where like I don't know if you've noticed this, but if you own a game, like you bought it digitally, and then you download it through PlayStation Plus Extra or Premium or whatever, it overwrites that license.
Oh.
And it's a known issue, and they will fix it for you. But that's a nightmare I don't want to have to deal with.
That sucks.
As much as I love PlayStation and Sony, their back-end issues are pretty common.
I know.
It only took them a decade to figure out name changes, and they couldn't even nail that 100%. But and then I see people on like Reddit where they're like, "Oh, wouldn't it be cool if Sony like implemented a thing where you could remove your trophies you didn't want on your list, like 1%, or if you could re-platinum games but get like a little asterisk next?" I'm like, do you guys not realize that their backend is held together by like chewing gum, rubber bands, and hopeful wishes. Like, you think I want any sort of messing with my trophies? Like, no.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Crazy. People are insane.
Just start buying them.
Yeah, just buy all your games. I've honestly started doing that. Like, I don't know. I think just the expendable nature of just Game Pass and PS Plus like that, I've really kind of gotten to a point. I've kind of come full circle actually, where I'm just like, I'm more invested in these games if I actually just buy them.
Me too.
It's
You
very
know what my problem is though? Especially with
broke.
PlayStation Plus. Well, no, with PlayStation Plus, the last 2 years in a row.
I'm a little tipsy. Sorry, I went out for bevies.
It's okay. The last 2 years in a row when I renewed PlayStation Plus, they're like, well, you could get PlayStation Plus Premium for like an extra. It only ends up being because of like a discount or whatever, being like
Mm-hmm.
$40 or $50 more or something, or it's not that much. And I'm
Yeah,
like, well, how can I say no to that?
it's.
And then
I'd be a
when I
fool
do
not to
it,
do this.
I know. And then I feel obligated to play games on the service because I spent extra money on it. But in my mind, everything that I've bought just takes priority over it, and then I barely end up playing anything on the
Yeah,
service. So I'm like, why do I even have this?
yeah. The only reason I still have Xbox Game Pass, and I've debated on going down a couple tiers, but those day one games, like
Yeah,
like
but,
you can't beat that. Even if you don't like all the games, they're not as like high quality as Sony in some areas. Like the Gears of War games, E-Day's gonna be on there. Indiana Jones. What
E-Day I'll
else?
probably just buy a physical copy of though.
What, Indiana Jones?
No, E-Day.
Oh, E-Day for
Like
sure. I think I'm buying
like
physical.
yeah, like Gears I like too much to not buy physical.
Well, Gears, I was gonna buy physical, and I might still do that, but I didn't realize they also gave away Gears of War, and they might have done this before they were on Game Pass. Maybe. How did Was Gears 5 on Game Pass day one? It
I
must
don't
have been
remember.
because I never bought it.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah,
Because I remember playing it with my buddy, and I
they
don't think
gave
we ever
both
bought it.
Gears 4 and 5 away on Game Pass at some point, or not.
Yeah.
Well, now it's Game Pass. They gave them both away at Games with Gold.
Okay.
So it must have been no, definitely Gears 5. Gears 4 also. No, I bought Gears 4. Sorry, I have a steelbook on my shelf or in in one of the boxes. Not my box. I don't have a box. I'm not a girl. That was a weird comment. I might cut that one.
Nope, you got to leave it all
Ah,
raw, unedited footage. Unedited footage.
unedited. Even though every podcast I've done has been edited.
You know what I mean.
You got to cut those ums and ahs. Not so much the ums, but some
But
ums.
it's less authentic.
It's true. It's true, dude. If we ever, that's why I don't do like live streaming. I can't. I need a filter.
My problem with live streaming is that I get so focused on the game that I'm not
Then you're just
interesting
zoned out.
to watch. Yeah, I'm just zoning into the game. I'm not like saying anything. And I've tried like doing the whole talking to yourself thing, and it's just hella awkward. It takes a while to get used to.
Although I do catch myself at moments where I'm playing a game and I'm talking to myself and I'm like, all right, this could be a genuine stream.
Yeah,
But
I found myself doing that a lot with Astrobot.
Astrobot.
Game of the year, baby. Game of the year.
Oh, okay, so we're gonna transition to the news, but before we do that, a little call to action. Go down, subscribe, give the video a like, share it with your game-loving friends, and we're going to be talking about our backlogs this week, so let us know some of the games down below that are in your backlog. Also, you guys failed me. We did not hit 10 likes, but we got pretty close to 50 views, so me and Gary will not be discussing our plans to run away together this week. Sucks to be you guys, but, I gave you an assignment and you didn't pull through.
Yep, it's all going to be a secret.
Got another subscriber, though, so that's pretty cool.
Hey. If we hit 60 likes...
60 likes.
If we hit 60 likes, Ray will give you a nip slip. You won't even have to join his OnlyFans.
Damn. Just put me out there like that. I'll do it.
Yep. I'll do the opposite nipple.
And then we'll just
If you guys want,
we'll just combine the picture.
exactly. If you guys want some congruency, I'll do one. He'll
I'll
do
take
the
a
other.
picture of I'll take a picture of Lefty because that's the one under my tattoo. All right. So before we the theme of this week's episode is going to be mining Gary's backlogs and just tackling your backlogs in general. But before we do that, we're going to do a couple news stories real quick. Some of these are rapid fire, won't have too much discussion, but some of these could have some discussion. Okay. The earliest one I pulled. Capcom has good news for Dead Rising 2 fans. For those of you that recollect, I was playing Dead Rising 2 off the record. The remaster a couple weeks ago. Finished it. Very fun game. And much like what they did with Dead Rising 2... Oh, what is it? Deluxe Remaster? What are they calling it? What's the new remaster? It's DRDR, right?
I think it's Deluxe Remaster something. I don't know.
Let's see. Oh yeah, it
They
says
like
right
to come
here.
up with
Capcom's,
like come up with weird names.
This is written by J. Brody Shiri. Capcom says that a remaster of Dead Rising 2 is definitely possible, in quotes, but it depends on how Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster performs. Based on a recent survey, asked gamers if they'd like to see future Dead Rising games re-released. So that's that. Just a quick little update on that. I'm a big Dead Rising fan, and that'd be cool if they did more of the remasters. But at the same time, I'd really kind of like them to just use this one as like a new jumping off point for the story, because I don't know how many of them you've played, Gary. The story gets a little weird.
The only one I've actually finished is the first one. I've basically dipped my toe into all of them besides 4, and I've only finished the first one.
4 gets a bad rap. 4's not bad.
Yeah, I bought it digitally like once on a deep sale, but I've never played it.
My buddy Adam, he used to work at GameStop. Unfortunately, he passed away a few years ago, but he was a manager at a GameStop. He was a damn good manager too. He was one of the good ones. And he actually gave me, I guess they would get codes. I think they stopped getting physical games. They would get codes for upcoming games sometimes as the managers. And he just gave me the Dead Rising 4 one. It was really cool. But Dead Rising 4, it's a tough one because it's Christmas themed. Like, it takes place on Black Friday. So it's really kind of like a seasonal game. But
maybe I'll play that on Christmas time. Yeah,
for sure. There's also mini golf in it, which is cool. I'm a sucker for mini golf. So good. So yeah, if you're into Dead Rising and you want Dead Rising 2 Deluxe Remaster, hopefully without the Terrorist Reality multiplayer crap, because that was terrible. Go support this game. Gotta support the games. What else? Gary, you want good news or bad news? Next.
Bad
news, you got it. This comes from True Achievements, although I would assume that, much like all these types of articles, I would assume the PlayStation side's affected as well. True Achievements, written by Sean Carey. Servers for 5 Xbox games and possibly PlayStation games will close in November 2024. So, these games include FIFA 22 on November 4th. Not going to be able to play that online no more. I know there's going to be a bunch of achievements affected here, clearly, and trophies. Also on the 4th, FIFA 22 on the Xbox One. So I guess it's both versions. Oh, I've read that as Borderlands 3, and I was very concerned. Not Borderlands 3.
I was like, oh, better get on that.
Man, excuse me. I'm gassy. Hold on. Oh, beautiful. It's hot chicken and cider.
What a combo.
On November 7th, Battlefield 3 on the 360, because I don't think there's an Xbox One version. Battlefield 4 360. not Battlefield 4 360, but Battlefield 4 on the 360. Battlefield Hardline on the 360. Those are all closing on November 7th. And also NBA Live 18 closing on the 7th of November. So if you got any achievements and trophies that you're trying to get to, do it soon. You have a month.
Do it now.
Do it now. Yeah, I have Battlefield 4, and me and a group of guys are going to start working on that on the Xbox One. I only have a few achievements left, but yeah. Love Battlefield 4. Great game.
Yeah, I played it back in the day on. Actually, I remember I picked it up back when Xbox One first came out,
Mm-hmm.
and I played it on there of all places, and then that's what basically when I ended up switching to PS4. I never finished it.
He's been
But,
waiting for you.
Yeah,
Gary, come back.
That ain't gonna happen.
Gary. Yeah, Battlefield.
No.
I mean, now it's great. I know at launch it was a piece of crap, but
I enjoyed it at launch.
the multiplayer?
I enjoyed all of it.
Was that the one where they had like I think it happens every Battlefield. They had like the giraffe necks. Do you remember those? That bug?
Giraffe necks?
Your head would like elongate higher than your body.
Oh. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it would
yeah,
stay
I
at like
think so.
crouching or standing height, but your body would be prone.
Yeah, all the memes.
Yep, all the memes. So yeah, that's your sad news update. Now on to some good news. Some good news. I believe the update has already happened. I think Colin brought it to my attention and I updated my app. This is on Kotaku by Luis Joshua Gutierrez. Luis, I think. I think Luis has an O in it. Xbox's September update suggests big improvements for console updates. And the death of the Game Pass app, which I guess is sad, but not really. Basically, they combined the Game Pass app and the normal Xbox app into one. I tried it out earlier. It's a really cool redesign. Looks really sweet.
It's nice.
The only
it's so much.
Go on.
I was just gonna say it's so much easier redeeming your rewards on that app than on the actual Xbox One.
Mm-hmm. And then hold on. There's an update for the consoles. Have you ever sat down on your couch to enjoy some Xbox gaming and then been notified that what you want to play requires a 75 gigabyte update? Hello, Fortnite. Then this feature should give you hope. There's a new setting that will pre-download updates and set them live as soon as the developer says go. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of already. I mean, as long as you kept your Xbox in like sleep mode or rest mode. That was I thought that was already a thing.
Wait, I didn't think Xbox had a sleep or rest mode. I thought it was just on and off.
You have to. No, you have to like. It's not like PlayStation where you can set it into rest mode. There, you have to go into the settings and set it.
Oh,
yeah, it's a setting thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's cool. I mean, that I would have thought that's already how it worked though.
Mm-hmm.
But cool. That's a new change.
I thought so too.
The only negative I still have about the Xbox app, especially compared to PlayStation, is just put the store on the app. I want to buy things while I'm at work when I shouldn't. I love doing that with PlayStation.
Exactly. Come on, let this man have his retail therapy, all right, guys?
But then again, PlayStation, how about you figure out your wish list situation? Because I have close to 300 items on my Xbox wish list just to keep track of games. You can only have like a third of that on your PlayStation wish list. It's frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
God.
So that's that news story. We're about halfway there, fellas. Next up, Gary. Well, I guess they're both on the PlayStation site, but they're also on both. I think they were on both consoles. Do you want PlayStation or Xbox news or both news? Well, I guess there's no Xbox news anymore. We ran through it. PlayStation or multiplat?
PlayStation.
Okay. Your PlayStation Plus essential games, because that's all I really keep track of, are live. You can download them. We're in the United States. Your region may vary if we have international listeners. Bonjour. I assume French.
Oui, oui.
Charlie bleu. I took a couple years of French.
Did you?
Yeah.
It shows.
I doubt it. Although it is like hard, like when I sing the alphabet now, I I unknowingly like switch to the French alphabet song.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I, all the time.
That's,
And then
that's so random.
I know. And then I took the class because the teacher was like kind of a family friend, and then also there was promise of multiple days of crepes. And at first I was like, "What's a crepe?" And they're like, "It's a super thin pancake." And I'm like sold.
Say no more.
Pancakes during class? Yes, please. Every class should have that.
Yes, queen.
But yes, on the PlayStation side, your PlayStation Essential monthly games are up. Those include Dead Space Remake or Remaster on the PS5. Technically, 4 versions of Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. What are the 4 versions? Oh, the EU PS5 and then the North American PS5 and PS4s. I've heard that game's actually really like secretly like a really good game, so I'm excited to pop that one in and play it.
Emerson was saying the platinum grind is a little iffy though.
I thought I saw someone post it recently, and they were like at 4 and 3 hours for the different versions. But
I don't know, maybe.
Either way, I mean,
I'm still gonna play it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna play it at some point. And then of course you get WWE 2K24. Couldn't care less. I actually won't even. I don't even think I'm gonna redeem that one. Just no interest for me there. But for those that are interested, solid month.
Yep.
Great. I wouldn't say great month just because there's 60 or 33% of the games I don't care about, but solid month.
I think it's a pretty varied month too. You know.
Oh yeah. You got your survival horror in there. You got your kind of chill game, and then you got a sports related game. Perfect timing though. Didn't that Vince McMahon documentary just come out?
Yeah, my girlfriend and I started watching that last week. It's actually really interesting.
I kind of don't need the documentary to tell me he's a bad guy though.
No, but it's just interesting hearing about like how detailed of a bad guy he was.
Oh,
yeah,
Jesus.
just seeing like all the people just talk about him and stuff. It was just really interesting.
Do you think he pulls a Harvey Weinstein where he acts like way older than he actually is, like in the public eye? Do you remember that when Weinstein was like in court? He started showing up with like walkers and wheelchairs and stuff, even though like a few weeks before he was fine. Trying to get those sympathy votes. That's not happening, Harvey.
That's so dumb. Oh boy.
All right, what's next? All right, you want to talk about something that's free or something you're gonna pay for?
You know how much I love paying for stuff.
All right. This is from True Trophies, written by Sean Lawson. Underloved PS3 and Xbox 360 game. El Shaddai gets another shot on PS4 and probably Xbox One. I would assume it's coming to Xbox One as well.
Yeah, probably.
El Shaddai, interesting game. I don't even really know how to explain it, but I know that you are. Well, you know, maybe there's an explanation in this article. Yeah, the remaster for the game is in the works. Revealed at Tokyo Game Show 2024 by the director. El Shaddai is a unique third-person action adventure filled with some of the most outstanding aesthetics I've ever seen in a video game. I'm quoting the article. In a vibrant world to explore El Shaddai, you'll play as the immortal scribe Enoch, who has been sent on a dangerous mission by God himself to find the 7 fallen angels and save humanity from a great flood triggered by the Council of Heaven. You know how much I like anything that twists and turns the Catholic religion. But I have heard that this game's actually pretty tough. So yeah, I think that's why I didn't pick it up before. One of those games that One of those games that I remember
the same boat.
What's that?
I said I'm pretty sure I'm in the same boat because I would always, even back then on 360, I'd look at like guides and be like, "Oh, that's too difficult. I'm not touching it."
I remember El Shaddai, and a couple other games, Mass Effect 2. Do you remember Eat Lead?
Yeah, The Return of Matt Hazard.
Heck yeah. Those three and a few others, they were on like a series on Achievement Hunter where they would go over some games and achievements, and because I really liked that.
Yeah, me too.
Era that era of Achievement Hunter was fantastic. I loved it.
So
Back when they actually cared about achievements. I get why they pivoted. I get it.
Dude, the humor was on point.
Oh my god, yes. Once Ray left, I was like, no, I think I'm done. And then they had the whole controversy with Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Although, even though he's a shitbag, he is involved in probably. Oh Jesus Christ! It's Jason Bourne. He was involved in probably one of my favorite Achievement Hunter videos, and I don't know, you might have seen it, where Ryan was on a podcast with Gus and I think somebody else. I forget which one it was, but they had logged onto Ryan's account and they were changing his gamer tag while he was on there. It was hysterical. And you have like the joke was that it was Ray's idea, and Ryan was like, I know it wasn't Ray's idea because he has the most to lose with fucking with gamer tags.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like they were getting like real close and to like actually getting it to go through, and then it was Ray's idea, and then as soon as they started getting real close, he's like I'm not involved. Like he backpedaled so hard. It's such a funny video.
Yeah.
So good, even though that guy's a piece of shit. Shame. But yeah, if you're a fan of El Shaddai, remake's coming. What are we at time-wise? I
think just shy of an hour.
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne. This is gonna be a 2-hour episode for sure. Last news story. If you're a fan of Funko Pops, and I am a fan of Funko Pops, I had to get rid of a bunch of mine though, taking up way too much space. I had a wall. I'll find a picture and I'll post it here. Mine. Dude, did I ever show you the picture of all the ones I had?
Yeah.
Dude, it was crazy. I got rid of a lot of them. We not donated them, but our neighbor is a teacher at a school, and we gave her the majority of the Pops to like just be like, hey, like give these out to gifts for your kids. Like, just they weren't worth anything, and they were just taking up space. I have a bunch of ones that are actually worth probably a decent amount, but Funko Fusion just released. I heard it's an okay game. It looks interesting. It's kind of like Fortnite, but not Fortnite, but like actually, how would you explain it? Like it's a third-person shooter. Oh, you know what? Lego. It's like Lego, but with Pops from different IP, I guess. Okay. I downloaded this free pack on both Xbox and PlayStation because I don't know where I'll play it eventually. This is coming from True Achievements. Again, Shaw Lawson. The free DLC pack for Team Fortress 2. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Does it list? Because I can't tell I can't tell. It's got to tell me who they are. Oh yeah. The pack includes the engineer, the heavy, the medic, and the scout. So go download that free pack for if you ever decide to play the game.
Do it.
Did you ever play Team Fortress 2?
Yeah, I got super into it when the orange box, on the 360. Yeah. So good. I got like obsessed for a while. It was so fun.
Oh, such a great. I think I have it physically too. Maybe I don't, but I have it digitally. I should really find it physically.
I did before I sold most of my 360 games.
Such an incredible, like, package of games. I want to say
for real.
Let me see, when did that come out? Oh, we actually have one more news story that snuck in here at the end. I
want to say like 2008 or something.
Did it come out the same year as Halo 3? Team Fortress 2007. That sounds right.
But what about Orange Box?
Halo 3. Well, I think they came out. Did they come out together at the same time?
I don't think so.
I'll have to relook. Halo 3 was 2007.
I know you're right. It was 2007 for the Orange Box. Damn, that's that long ago. That was like
And then
right after PS3 and Xbox 360 came out. I thought it was 2008. I guess it wasn't that far off.
let's see, when did this come out? Okay, so I had the best Christmas ever, 2007. I believe that was the year all right, I'm gonna double check this also. $2006. Okay.
I feel old. I played that 17 years ago.
uh,
Jesus.
2006 for the Wii. My memory's all fucked up then. No, wait.
What are you trying to figure out?
I'm trying to figure out when I got my 360. Because I vividly remember getting Halo 3 Gears of War and Orange Box the same year I got my Xbox 360, but the 360 came out in 2006?
Came out 2005.
Did it really?
Yeah. I got
my 360. Well, I remember getting Halo with my 360, but I know I got 360 the year that the Wii came out because my Nana bought me the Wii, and she had tracked it down because it was hard to get. Or maybe it was hard to get for a year.
It was hard to get for a year.
Okay, I'm going to keep my memory intact. I got Gears of War, Halo 3, my 360, and the Orange Box all in 1 year.
Damn.
And let me tell you what, I think we talked about this before. Halo 3, that's where I started my achievements. And my first achievement I do remember getting is the kill 3 enemies with a single trip mine, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
And I got it accidentally. I just threw the trip mine on the ground, and then a chopper with 3 brutes rolled over it. Except that takes place in the 3rd level, so I couldn't have gotten that as my first achievement. But I remember another one of those things that I've one of my bad takes. I'm like, what are these achievements things? These are dumb.
Dude, as soon as I got a taste when I first got mine, it was over.
It was so weird. I think it was just I had no concept of what it was or what they were.
Me too.
And then I was like, oh, this is weird. I don't know if I like this because I was just playing on the Xbox. So
I know. I started getting that dopamine rush though. I was like, well,
I got there eventually, for sure. Once I kind of figured out what exactly they were, I was like, oh, this is a lot of fun. And look at me now.
How old were you when you got your 360?
Oh, I think I was too old to be appealing to P. Diddy. I want to say, well, let's see. If that was 2007, I was either fresh. I think I was a freshman when I got the 360.
Okay.
Would you have been in high school? You would have been senior, maybe, right? You're a couple years older than me.
So yeah,
Senior
I just graduated. I just graduated my from high school, and then I got it as a graduation present.
That's
Dude,
cool.
It was like the best package because I got that. I got an HD TV. I got like a recliner, and I got like a nice speaker set. It was like the perfect combo. I was like, this is like the best thing ever.
I had a CRTV TV to play my Xbox 360 on.
Ooh.
And bringing it back to an earlier news story, Dead Rising, not an easy game to play on a CRT TV. You could not read the subtitles.
The text is horrible for that.
You could not read it. Yeah. And there was no voice acting for Otis. So I was not saving people. Oh, what was I going to say? So yeah, since you're a little older than I am slightly, not really. I was telling Amanda this earlier.
4 years.
Do you remember, I mean, you were old enough. Well, no, you would have been right at that age. In like a Call of Duty lobby, right? Because I was like this even when I was first playing Call of Duty, like Modern Warfare 2. That was my first like really online game. Whenever you heard a quote unquote squeaker, right? Like a young child.
Yeah.
It was always like, you shouldn't be playing this game. You're too young, right? But then you would hear an older person, which we are now those older people in our 30s. Immediately, our response was always, why are you still playing games? You have no life. Go get a job.
I never responded that way because I'm like, I'm gonna play games fucking forever.
I don't understand what I think it was just the shell shock at the time of like, wow, you're old. Like someone's older and they're playing games. Like I don't know why the thought never crossed our mind. Like, oh, we're not gonna not play games at some point, or we're gonna keep playing games forever.
I was still annoyed by kids.
Oh, well, for sure. It's like
first played online.
It's like, hey, you 8-year-old, stop playing this game. It's too mature. Your parents don't love you or whatever.
The funny thing is, I played games like that when I was like 8.
Exactly. No, I was talking to Amanda about that at dinner. It was crazy. Crazy times.
I was playing like Mortal Kombat when I was like 8 or 9.
And then she brought up like this this great Instagram reel where it's like this mom introducing her new boyfriend to her son, and she's like, oh hey Jimmy, this is Jeff. And Jeff's just like, hey little man, how's it going? And he's like good, I'm just playing some video games. It's like, oh cool, I used to play games. And then the mom's like, I'm gonna go get something real quick, I'll be right back guys, you guys hang out. And then the mom leaves and he's like, what's up, Noob Slayer 67? I told you I'd marry your mom.
I think I remember that.
I love those videos. There's one that really sticks out to me like that, but all right. Last news story, and then we're gonna get into the main topic of the show. This one kind of just popped up out of nowhere while we were looking up our trophies and achievements. This comes from Game Rant. I think I said that's where the first one came from. Game Rant. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone. How to unlock the SAM operator. Now you may say, Ray, why do you have an operator of your son in the game? And while that would be dope, that's not what this is. This is Sam from the cult classic Halloween movie Trick or Treat, and it looks so cool. My God, I don't play Warzone or Modern Warfare 3, but if I was gonna play them, I would be buying this skin and this pack. It looks so cool. You get both versions of Sam, one with the sack mask on and one without. You get some cool gun skins. It looks like you get a melee weapon where it's the bitten in half pumpkin lollipop, and then a cool emote. So that's some cool shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I might just buy this pack.
Do it, you coward.
How much is it? I might just buy it. I shouldn't, but I might. Because who knows? Black Ops 6 might blow me away, and I mean it'll be free with Game Pass. So.
Blops.
Like most crossover bundles, Call of Duty unlocking Sam involves spending some COD points, clearly, instead of completing. Oh, so it's just buy it? Hell yeah! Oh, how much is that? Hang on, let's do a little research. Research, Jackie.
One more thing.
Great show. $20. Oh.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a Fortnite skin. I'm probably still gonna do it.
Do it, coward.
It looks so good. Like I'll put a picture of this up too. Like I love that movie. Like it just looks, and I mean the fact that his name is Sam also helps. Honestly, I'm about to get $5 in Xbox credit soon, so I might just do that. It looks so good. What's the height differential? Are you actually like a small kid, or have you played any of the COD stuff with that?
I haven't played a COD in God knows how long.
Might have to hop on it for this one.
Maybe, I don't know.
Sam operator, Sam unmasked, operator skin.
The achievement lists and trophy lists used to be so doable. Now they're just ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't like them as much. The Boo weapon charm, it's a trick or treat loading screen. He just looks so happy. Lollipopped finishing move. Oh, dude. Could you imagine? You're just rolling around, and then because that's a new thing, you just human shield guy, and you're just talking to him as Sam. Oh my God, it looks so good.
I need to watch that and refresh my memory on these references.
Dude, I love this. I love this movie so much, So good. So yeah, get on that. Go get your Sam skin. Go spend your $20.
Yeah. No pressure.
I don't know what would another skin be that I would be willing to do that with. I can't think of one. I know they've had some dope skins in there. Was Megan Fox in that?
I don't remember.
No,
but
she was in.
frickin'
No, she was in Mortal Kombat because that's her favorite game.
What's her face was in it though?
Nicki Minaj.
Cardi B or whatever, Nicki Minaj or
One of them.
ridiculous.
That's weird. I don't, honestly, I'd rather they have. Do you remember the old trailers, like where they'd have celebrities in them every year?
Uh-huh.
What was it? Wasn't Jonah Hill in one of them?
Probably.
Oh, I love those. Some
I don't
video
even
game
remember.
marketing used to be so much fun.
Yeah, especially in the 90s, dude.
What was your favorite video game marketing? Or we'll stick with just commercials, I guess. Marketing's kind of vague.
I think the one that sticks out in my head the most is all of the Crash Bandicoot commercials that were like anti-Nintendo.
Ooh, those were good ones. Those were good.
Yeah, those were so good.
My
And the OG like Pokemon commercials
they
too
had
that were like edgy.
Dude, they had him standing like outside of of Nintendo's office as Crash Bandicoot with like a megaphone.
That's the one I remember the most. I was literally thinking about that one.
Crazy because they didn't own it. It's just that was just all it was on. Now Xbox owns it.
That was like their mascot.
Dude, if I was in charge of Xbox marketing, I would just recreate so many of those ads. Like I would have Crash Bandicoot go back out, but in front of Sony's office and with a megaphone. I would just start doing that again. But honestly, my favorite, as much as I love Xbox, actually there is the Halo 3 trailer, both of them, those were fantastic. The one where it's like a miniature set.
Yeah, like little action figures almost.
And then the what was it, the reveal one too, where he throws down like the bubble shield.
Mm-hmm.
That was at the time that was incredible. But I also I loved the do you remember the Perfect Day trailer for PlayStation? Where it's just the two guys singing the song but going through different games.
I think so, yeah.
That one was so good. But then also all the Kevin Butler PlayStation trailers or commercials.
Yeah, those are good. Those are good too.
Those are great. I wish they would
do that.
If I was head of Sony's marketing, I would bring him back because it'd be weird if he went to Xbox, and I think actually he can't legally do that.
Yeah,
because that's why they kind of stopped, was because they claimed he played the character again in a Nintendo commercial.
Oh, okay.
Even though he wasn't, but it was like oh, it's too close. It's like the dude's just talking about video games. They're like it's too close. Copyright. We own Kevin Butler.
I would say the only other noteworthy one I can think of right now is the original Gears of War trailer was so good. The Mad World one.
Oh, you know
that got me hyped for the game.
You know what would have been great, but they would never do it because Sony's too stuck up at this point, as they have been. It's like a cycle with them. Could you imagine if Mark Cerny, who I contend is just a grown-up version of Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle, if they had Mark Cerny like going over the PlayStation 5 Pro, and then like right at the end once he got all this stuff out, if they just brought back Kevin Butler to interrupt them and then just do like hype moments for it, that would have been so good.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, well, we are. Yeah, we might as well be last day in media with how far we're going. We're at an hour. I'm gonna take a sip of my tea real quick, and then we're gonna dive into the backlog discussion. Oh man, God, this has been going on for a while. Jeez, time flies when you're hanging with the boys.
Time flies when you're having fun.
All right, so this week's episode is gonna focus on the backlog. Now, Gary, we all got our backlogs, and it's a lot of games, and it's never going away.
Nope.
I think we've talked about this before. Our kids are gonna inherit our backlogs.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna like it.
Backlog for the uninitiated, you have one, you just might not know it. It's at least the way I look at it, it's every game you either own or you intend to play is part of your backlog, and it just never ends. Especially with Game Pass and PS Plus and all that stuff. It's just never ending at this point. It's impossible. It's literally impossible to keep up with. Unless you, like, don't buy many games a year. Like, if you're just a Call of Duty sports guy every year, you could catch up then. But I'd put it out to anything to add there, Gary? Any other definition that you want to throw on there?
I would say, I don't know. I feel like backlog's different for everybody.
For sure.
I mean, I've heard some people say that every single game that they've ever spent money on, even redeemed on PlayStation Plus, is in their backlog, which it only applies to me if I want to actually play the game in the first place.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
The last thing I want to do is make it more of a job than I already do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I just personally, it's for me, it's anything that I have any remote interest in playing, whether I own it or not. Obviously, stuff I own takes precedence unless it's something that's coming out that has me super hyped. But yeah, that's pretty much how I look at it.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I redeem a bunch of the games, but will I play them all? Who knows? Some of them I just redeem in like the off chance I want to play them.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
Xbox is not an issue anymore because they don't do games with gold.
Mm-hmm.
Which I kind of like because now I have like a finite list to work with.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. But, so that's the backlog. It also doesn't help that I have like a bunch of books that are on that backlog, a bunch of movies and TV show I got to get to at some point. But slowly chipping away at everything, and I'm gonna be a good little boy next year, and I'm gonna go. I think I did it last year. I didn't make it long, but I'm gonna go as long as I can without spending money on games, minus subscription services, of course. I think we should both do that next year. I think we should try to hold each other to it.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I've been pretty good this year, but
I started out good and then I kind of fell off the horse. End of the year, especially. I've got like 2 or 3 games coming out in the next few weeks.
I've been worse about buying like hardware. Bought that
what are you talking about?
Steam Deck.
Oh, so you did Steam Deck.
$450 Series X, like possibly a PS5 Pro.
Don't do it. Dude, just wait. They'll bundle one with Grand Theft Auto 6. Get it then.
They'll bundle freaking. Feel like the PS6 will be out by then.
Well, GTA 6 is out next year, isn't it? Unless they push it.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it got pushed back more.
I wouldn't either. No. Oh wait, no. It did get pushed. No, yeah, because my buddy was gonna play. He was gonna do the fantasy draft next year because he wanted to get GTA 6, and which I would have put him at like second pick, and then I would have picked it first, just to piss him off. But, no, yeah, he was gonna do it next year, and then they pushed it. So yeah, 2026.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if the PS6 was kind of around the corner at that point.
That's my thing. I mean, we're already at a point where like, how much better can games really look? Like they showed the PS5 stuff or the it's PS5, the PS5 Pro, and I get it's a compressed video, but it wasn't that impressive. But, yeah, I'm just gonna hold off.
I'm biased though. Like I thought the PS4 Pro was a big jump over PS4 games for the most part, because I actually had like a TV that would accommodate the differences.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But anyway,
still kicking it around.
Back to the backlog. So, so I asked Gary to compile a list of the games in his backlog that he plans on finishing this year, as well as games for next year. And what I mean by next year, because Gary was a little confused, is games that he currently has that he plans on finishing next year, not necessarily games coming out next year. So, how many do you have on your list, Gary? For this year.
For this year, I have. Hold up a second. It's not all encompassing, but like 16-ish games.
Ooh, okay. We're not gonna. I
Yeah.
mean, we're not gonna go over every one of them in depth, but we'll just like speak to them for a second. I have about 20 for this year, and I've already completed 3.
Nice.
Yeah. So you do
How you
one,
want to
then
do
I'll
it?
do one. We'll just ping pong
I
it.
was gonna say you want to kind of just bounce back and forth.
Yeah.
So first, I basically separated it between long and shorter games.
Mhm.
First, this is kind of cheating. It's kind of 2 in 1, but realistically, it's probably only going to end up being one of them. But the next Yakuza game, which is Kiwami 2,
What do you
because
mean
it's
2 and
about an
1?
80. Well, so I put that and Like a Dragon in the same line
Okay.
because I kind of lumped them together. Realistically, I don't think I'm going to do both because basically what I've been doing is this whole year committing to playing a Yakuza game, and then once I finish, taking a full month off,
Mhm.
and then pretty much committing to start the next one that next month, as close to the next month as possible. Because otherwise, I get too distracted, and I'm like, "Oh, these games are too long. I'm just gonna play shorter stuff," and then I never get around to them. I've been
Mhm.
doing that for years. It's why I have so many in my backlog. But realistically, I'm probably only gonna get to Kiwami 2 because I'm gonna start that in November, and it's like 80 hours, and Like a Dragon's like another 80 hours, so that's probably gonna be more like January.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I'm actually, even though I just finished 6, I'm looking forward to Kiwami 2.
Cool. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I've decided we're gonna do this like a snake draft. So I'm gonna do 2 now, and then you'll do 2, and then I'll do 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, first on my list, Astrobot. I want to complete it at some point. Luckily, it's a game I could play around Sammy. What's to say about Astrobot that hasn't already been said? But it's it's on my list.
Yes,
And
yes.
then, right after that, Shadows of the Dam Remastered comes out at the end of the month. I love Shadows of the Damned. I'm excited to go back and play it again. If you haven't played it, did you play the original? I know Colin didn't.
No, I got super close to renting it when it came out back in the day on the 360, but I never
It's
played it.
for those that haven't played it, you're like a supernatural bounty hunter. You're going to trying to save your girlfriend who's been captured by, I guess, a demon or something. Plays very much like the not older, but like a Resident Evil, Silent Hill type of game, but with like a grindhouse aesthetic to it. I think your gun's name is Johnson, and he has different forms, and when he takes different forms, it's a lot of dick jokes. Like it's immature humor for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get a like a sniper, I think at some point, and it's just the barrel of the gun elongates, and he responds with, "Ah, now that's a big boner." So yeah, very
Sounds like it's
fun
right up my
game.
alley then.
Very fun game. I love that game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what's your next couple?
Um, should I bounce between long and short, or to just keep going down my list?
Go with whatever you're feeling.
So another one that's probably gonna get pushed next year, but when I put it on here, originally planned to do it, Fallout 3. It's only about 40 hours,
Oh, I
according
played a
to
little
the.
Fallout 3. That's one of the games
I
that
mean,
my
I did
buddy
it.
put on my account accidentally, so I decided to go play it.
Yeah, it's really good. I 100%ed it back on the 360 years ago when it came out. Loved it. Some of the DLC is a little grindy, a little
Did you
drawn out.
100% it, or did someone else 100% it for you with a monetary incentive?
Number one.
Nice.
But looking forward to doing that again. Probably end up being next year though. At this point, one I'm super excited about. I got on sale physically too. Is Sea of Stars. I've been wanting to play that for a while. It's like kind of throwbacky to Chrono Trigger. A lot of people say like it's got the same aesthetic, similar battle system. And I haven't played like a solid turn-based RPG in a long ass time, so I'm kind of ready. I think it's like a
Mm-hmm.
40-hour platinum too, so it's not too bad.
Yeah. Okay, my turn. Uh,
Hmm.
ne- uh, next up on my list is Harold Halibut. Shorter game on Game Pass, but I wanted to play it. It looks really cool. It's like a claymation uh, game where kind of looks like Shape of Water, except you don't bang the fish guy. I don't think, but I've heard it's not as good as people were expecting, but it looks awesome, so I want to give it a shot. And then the first game on my list that I had completed already was Dead Rising 2 Off the Record Remaster. I've talked enough about that game, but very good game.
Mm-hmm.
Your turn.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. This is kind of a little bit of a cheating one, but I put all of the Gears of War series, or at least the rest of it,
Jesus
because I
Christ, you
started
completed all of
co-oping
these
it.
on one line on your list?
Some of them, yeah. Because I didn't feel like putting separate ones. My buddy and I, we did 1 through 3 over the last like 2 months. We still got to do the DLC for 3. We're basically doing them all in release order. So we're gonna do Judgment next. We might do the remaster, remake, whatever you want to call it, of 1 if the servers ever come back up, and then it's gonna
Servers
be
should still be
4
up,
and
right?
5.
Are they not up?
No, they were down for like a long time.
Now you said it, I think I saw it. I think they're like hit or miss.
We were gonna play that one originally instead of like the original, but we couldn't get into the game because of the servers. So we were like, well, I guess we're playing the original. And
Both good
then
games.
yep. And then Dead Space, which is one of my 3 games that I'm playing for Spooktober. I started it last year so I started it, and then I realized that I wanted to platinum the original one first. Went back, did that, was too burnt out from platinuming that to go back to the remake. But from like the 45 minutes or whatever I played, holy shit, it is fucking. I'm gonna wear my brown pants when I play that game.
I'm sorry, I missed it. What game was that?
Dead Space, the remake on PS5.
Oh yeah. Dude, I love Dead Space.
Dude, it's the remake is absolutely terrifying.
Did
With
you play
headphones
Callisto
on and everything.
Protocol?
Not yet. I own it though.
I do
I
own
mean,
it as well.
physically, yeah.
Same. I think I got it for like $5 or something at GameStop.
Yeah.
Super cheap.
Mm-hmm. All right, Home Slice, your turn.
All right. Why my phone went to sleep mode? Hang on.
Oh.
All right. Next up, AC3, Assassin's Creed 3 Remaster Collection. So that's technically 2 games in one, but it's one achievement list, so I just can't count it as one. So that's AC3 with all its DLC minus the multiplayer, and then Assassin's Creed Liberation, which is the standalone DLC, where you play as she's not a slave, but she's I think she's like half black, half French or something.
Wait, is that on Xbox?
Yeah.
Wait, so they do it as a DLC. They do the what is it called? The DLC?
Was so I don't remember.
Because there's a separate platinum on PlayStation for it.
So
no, it's the other one.
So that is a separate platinum. I don't know if it's got to have its own. No, I think I don't know where I played it. You know what? Let me Google it.
Google it.
I know that. Let's see, Assassin's Creed Liberation achievements. Oh, so yeah, they have it because it was a PSP or a PS Vita game, and then so they have on the 360. It came out. It's a 400 gamer score game. Your boy completed that too. But no, on the remaster, it's it's packaged in there. Same on the PlayStation. Although I do know,
but I mean, it's a separate achievement list, though, right? Like it's its own like 1,000.
It's its own. So the achievement list for the AC3 remaster is 2,000 gamer score. It's 1,000 for 1,000 for 3, and then 1,000 for Liberation.
They just lumped them together because on PlayStation it's separate lists. There's separate platinums, but it's part of the same
same
bundle
package
that you buy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then because I know with Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry, which is where you play as Adewale. I think that's for 4. But
that's for 4, yeah.
It was standalone on PlayStation, but on Xbox it was a DLC.
Well, on PlayStation you could get it either or. You could buy the standalone. Yeah, you could buy the standalone, which was just like, I think there was a few extra trophies thrown in, but it wasn't. There was no platinum.
Yeah, they gave it away for free. I think DLC. At one point, one of the months.
Yeah.
And then let's see, what was the other game? Then the other one is a game called Those Who Remain. It's an okay walking sim. It's nothing really special. I was using it for the Survivor Challenge, and then I kind of gave up on it. But
Okay.
I'll go back and I'll finish it.
You better.
For sure. It's your turn.
All right. It's not officially on my list, but I haven't updated this list, so I'm kind of just spitballing it. I figured since I already talked about my first Spooktober game, might as well talk about my other two. So I'm also going to play Resident Evil, the original remake, which I've dipped my toe into a billion times, but I've never actually like committed to finishing it. So I'm going to play the PS4 version of that. I'm going to go for the platinum eventually. And then I'm going to do the RE2 remake, which I've been looking forward to playing for a while too on PS5. I have the physical PS4 that I'm just going to do the free upgrade for PS5. And yeah, I'm basically going to do Dead Space. I'm going to do one playthrough of each of my Spooktober games. And then after that, kind of like get a feel of which one I want to focus on platinum-wise first. And then just go back to that and then move on. That way I'm getting like good variety for Spooktober, and I'm not just strictly focusing on one game, because I'm pretty sure it would take me like most of the month to platinum any of those single games.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, definitely.
It's all you, baby girl.
God, it happened so quick.
I know.
Next up on my list, already completed it. Redfall was on there, so I'm glad that's done. And yeah, Redfall not as bad a game as it was originally shown to be. I think it's definitely improved a little bit. It's a fun little turn your brain off kind of game. Junk food gaming. And then number 8 is Life is Strange Double Exposure. So excited for Life is Strange to come out.
Weren't these supposed to be games you already owned?
I mean, I already have them paid off. So
okay,
I mean,
little loophole there.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm counting it. I know it's gonna be in the backlog, so I'm like, I might as well start them while I plan on a couple of these games. Like Shadows of the Damned comes out soon, and Life is Strange, and one more that I'm about to get, which we'll go over in a little bit. But yeah, those are I plan on playing them. So it's about that intent.
Yeah.
I guess it technically can't be backlog unless it's behind you, but you know.
Yeah, touche.
But yeah, your turn.
Tomato. Okay, so that separates. Those are basically like the quote unquote longer games. Now it's kind of down to the shorter games. First is going to be Tunic. That's been on my list for a long time. I'm not going to use the freaking trophy guides where you can get it in like 3 hours, because I want the OG experience.
There's a couple that I'm going to use the guide for. Like, I think there's one where you got to find a gun or a stick before you find something else. Some of that stuff I'll use a guide for, but yeah, I'm like you. I don't plan on using a guide for that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like if I get stuck here and there,
I've really kind of cut back on wanting to use guides for things.
I'm trying to. And next one's gonna be. It's also been on my list for a while. I've owned it for years. Is Psychonauts.
Ooh, which one?
PS4. First one. I gotta play the first one before I play the second one.
I have that too. You gotta do Rhombus Ruin too.
I actually own that. I've owned that forever too.
I've got all 3. Well,
I don't own the second one, but I'll get it eventually.
Listen, you don't gotta own it, baby boy. It's on that Game Pass.
No, if I'm doing the other 2 on PlayStation, I'm doing the second one on the same one. Okay. Yeah. I'm OCD. Come on now.
OCG. My turn? All right. Next up. Game of the Year 2024, hands down. I started it when it released in February, and I gotta finish it. And I don't intend on letting it slip out of this year. Can you tell me what the game is, Gary?
February?
2024, Game of the Year. Came out in February.
What the fuck came out in February?
There's an air of sarcasm in my voice.
Give me a hint.
Before Concord, it was considered the biggest gaming flop of recent memory.
I'm blanking, man.
Before Concord, because Concord took the cake.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'll. It's based off an IP, popular IP, that has 2 movies, and John Cena's been in one of them.
Oh, Suicide Squad.
Heck yeah, you got it. Have you
I
seen?
do still want to play that, even
Have
though
you
it
seen
got a lot of
Peacemaker?
flack. No, I want to watch it.
Dude, Peacemaker
Dude,
is phenomenal.
that's what I've heard. He was great in Suicide Squad.
Oh, dude, that's little tangent here. First of all, first Suicide Squad, I rewatched it a while ago. Not as bad as I remember it. Not great, but not terrible. The 2021 Suicide Squad was incredible. And slight spoilers, dude, I was fucking devastated when Captain Boomerang got killed off in like the first 5 minutes.
I know.
I don't know what it was, because the first movie, like, it was bad, but I guess I still had some sort of attachment to the character, seeing him come back.
Mhm.
Like, dude, and Jai Courtney, he's not great in a lot of movies. He was great as Captain Boomerang in both movies.
Yeah.
I was so upset when he died. So upset. And then the Weasel moment was hysterical. That was so good. Ooh. Great. That second one, that's a great movie. Peacemaker's phenomenal show too. And
You're gonna watch it one of these days.
But yeah, I plan on doing that. Dude, if you pick it up on the Xbox, I'll play with you. You probably find it for dirt cheap skis.
Maybe.
I might have it done by the time you play it though.
Probably.
And then to follow that up, it technically released last year, but the physical release is coming out at the end of the month. Little game called Alan Wake 2.
Yeah.
Dude, I love Alan Wake. I'm like halfway
Dude,
done with the book.
You're gonna love it. It's so good.
I can't wait. Dude, I love the whole Remedy verse, and I know you've been in there. I corrected you offline, or I gave you a little more information, because I think you mentioned it either I think it was last episode. Quantum Break, not part of the Remedy verse, but it does reference Alan Wake a decent amount. Like
Okay.
I think there's books on like coffee tables that are Alan Wake books, or whatever the books that were written by Alan Wake, or maybe they were actually Alan Wake books, like the one that I have. Either way, it's not in universe. Those were just kind of Easter eggs, because I think Xbox actually owns Quantum Break. Is my understanding of it? They don't own it.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
And then the Max Payne games aren't in universe either, because I know they did the first 2.
I think they all tie together somehow, though.
Well, Max Payne, I believe so in Alan Wake is the writer of the Alex Casey books, and I believe Alex Casey is basically Max Payne, just not really, but it's basically what he is. But then in the first Max Payne, I think the second one too, they actually used the Sam Lake. He's like the creative director behind the Alan Wake stuff and all of those games. He's actually the character model too.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, basically, I was gonna say he's basically, yeah, like you said, he's supposed to be Max Payne. That they just kind of named him something else, but it's kind of the same same idea. Like he's got like the same voice, the same like gritty personality. Like it's kind of the same. I think it's supposed to be just kind of like a tongue-in-cheek like throwback, essentially.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So those are my 2. You're up.
Let's see. Binary Domain. It's a early 2010s game made by the same people who made the Yakuza games.
That sounds
It's
like
like a third person.
shovelware to me.
No,
No,
it's actually really good.
I know the game
It's
you're talking
supposed to
about.
be really good. Yeah, it's like a third-person squad shooter where you fight robots. They kind of look like Terminator robots. But it's supposed to have like a really deep like dialogue, like trust system with like your teammates. Like you can choose who to like talk to and like interact with, and they'll like build trust with you. And if you have teammates that don't trust you, I guess they like won't listen to your commands and stuff. It's supposed to be pretty dang good. It's supposed to have a pretty solid story. Shooting's supposed to be pretty fun. It's been on my list for a while. Plus, bonus, and it has some ultra rare trophies. How's that? So, trying to bump up that number. And Inscription, I don't own it, but it's on PS Plus Extra, and I've wanted to play it for quite a while. Everybody rants and raves about it. I know that Lugger was saying, "OMG, this is like the best thing since sliced bread." So I definitely want to play that, even though it's supposed to be kind of a frustrating platinum / 100%, but I still want to do it.
I don't blame you.
Yep, it's all you, baby.
All right. God, my phone keeps like shutting off.
Tell it to stop.
You know. Next one is called Golf Club Wasteland. It's a golfing game, but you're in like how do I describe it? Let's call it like you're playing golf, but in the future, but the world's been like decimated by something. So you're just playing golf in the wasteland, but it's not like a normal golf game. It's kind of like it's a side view. So you're kind of like arcing the ball and shooting it and like getting it into hopefully the goal or the cup. And it was one of the games that I was using for the Survivor Challenge, and then I realized it was going to be way harder than I thought.
No.
Not that it's specifically hard, but just like getting it done in that time frame was not going to happen.
Yeah.
And then the next game, I'm probably like halfway through it. I think I was doing it a while ago. It's called Last Campfire. Cute.
Oh, yeah, that one looked good.
You played that one?
No, I said it looked good. It's on my wish list.
Yeah, it's a cute little game. You're just you're like a little guy in you're like ushering. What is it? You're going around and you're like saving people that are trapped in stone, but then it's I don't even really know how to explain it. It's been a while too. I'm a little fuzzy on it, and I'm a little tipsy right now. But yeah, you're a little guy. You're going in the forest, and then you gotta like. I think there's people trapped in stone bodies, and you gotta save them. I'm at a point with a bird where there are these birds that took over this area. God, I'm burpy now. So yeah, but Last Campfire is a very cute little game, very easy. Nothing too crazy in there as far as a completion. Your turn.
Okay. Another one that's on PS Plus Extra, Outer Wilds. I've heard really good things about it. I'm a little worried that it's not going to be my kind of game because it's very like puzzly, and I'm not a huge puzzle guy. But everybody says it's like, oh, it's so good. So I mean, I at least want to try it. I don't know if I want to just play it on Game Pass, and that way if I don't like it, there's no commitment or what. But and then Astrobot, which I'm like 80% through. I think I only have like 40 more bots to rescue, 50 more bots to rescue, so I'm getting pretty close. Yeah. Such a good game. Easily my game of the year so far.
All right, my next one is Origami. I think
That's
it's
a good one.
Shadow Edition. Origami's great. I beat it on Xbox. I bought the second one on Xbox. It was on Game Pass for a little bit.
Nice.
And then I bought this one at some point. I like to, if I really like a game, I'll buy it again on the other platform just to replay it and get like trophies and achievements. But
double dip.
Absolutely. I love Origami. It's I would really call it like a stealth puzzle game because you're not really, it's not really, there's no combat. I think the second one has combat, but this one really doesn't. Like if you get caught, you're done. Like one hit and you're dead, and you can't really. There's no real combat. It's really just stealth and kills and ideally not getting caught. But
have you tried it in co-op?
I haven't done the I don't think I've done co-op. I think
it's fun, but it's so much harder in co-op.
Is it
when
really?
You're trying to be stealthy? Yeah. Well, it's just because it's harder. I feel like it's harder for two people to be coordinated with stealthiness than it is for just one person.
Oh baby,
You know what I'm
you
saying?
just run up with the kunai, you throw some kunai, you do the dragon thing so that you suck them into like hell, and then it replenishes your kunai, and you just rinse repeat like easy.
You make it sound so easy, but
One honestly, once you get the dragon ability that like it's a longer takedown, but it like swallows the enemy's whole and like drags them to hell, and it replenishes your special abilities. The game becomes a lot easier.
okay, yeah, because I played through it on what I played it on PC. Yeah, I played it on PC years ago. Me and my buddy co-opted it, but I wasn't really going for like achievements or trophies or whatever it was. I can't. I think it was just on like. I think it was just on. I think we put it on Steam or something. I don't remember, but it was fun. But it was tough trying to be stealthy in co-op, especially the later levels where
Mm-hmm.
enemies just get like crazy, crazy.
All right, and then the one that is going to be the hardest for me to complete this year, I think, just from a complete ineptitude skill level standpoint, is FIFA World Cup '06. I'm terrible at the
Ooh,
game. I'm garbage.
classic.
But I bought it. It's the achievements are technically easy, but I'm terrible at FIFA.
Mm-hmm.
So even when I play as Brazil, which is the best team, and I play the worst teams.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, your turn.
Okay, I still love you.
Thanks.
My next one. Come here, Lenny. Um, my cat's like, when are you coming to bed? God.
God, come
Uh,
to bed, Papa.
Cult of the Lamb is my next
I
one.
thought you
I
finished.
started
I
it.
thought you finished that.
No, I started it a month ago, maybe. I was actually streaming it from my PlayStation 5. It was like one of those play in bed kind of games. Really fun. I think I talked about it in one of the previous episodes, but I'll probably tackle it maybe either after I finish my Spooktober games or like in between or something. Just like chip away at it after Astrobot. And another PS Plus extra is Dave the Diver. It's been on my want to play list for a while. It's been installed for a few months now. Technically, I think that's considered a longer game. I just thought of it just now, so I kind of just threw it in there. But I realized that that's been on my want to play quite a bit list for a while. It's just, I think it's a little grindy. I think it's like a 30, maybe 40 hour platinum, but it's supposed to be really good. So,
All right.
mhm.
My next game is Plane Effect. It's another one I had started. I don't know if it was for the Survivor Challenge, but it's an interesting game. It's not hard. There are a couple missable achievements, and I did miss one. I'm a little peeved about it. That kind of derailed me from playing it because they
That
say you should
sucks.
do like a what is it, a cloud save
Mhm.
to be safe. Starts as you kind of like leaving your job at work, kind of like Orwellian dystopian a little bit, and then
Mhm.
slowly just devolves into madness. Uh, I think I have that version, the PS4 version. Uh, but it's an okay game. I would put it. It's definitely the worst game on my list by far is Those Who Remain.
Mhm.
This might be, well, FIFA '06 sucks. Um, I'd probably put it above FIFA '06. And then the game that you're watching me play, and I'm slowly working on while we record this podcast too, is Powerwash Simulator. I'm real close. I just got like I said, I've got the Alice in Wonderland DLC to finish, and then it'll be quote unquote done until Shrek pops out. So,
Ooh,
yep, your turn.
sweet. Um, last one of my PS Plus extra games is Plucky Squire. Looks really good. I'm kind of waiting a little bit
Ooh,
until it gets patched because I've heard people having problems with some of the trophies popping. Like if you have to go
I
back through
heard that too.
chapter
Yeah.
select. Yeah, so I'm kind of waiting on that one. Plus it just came out, so it's obviously not going to leave the service anytime soon. So
Yeah. What is it usually? It's like 6 months is usually like the first
yeah, I
cutoff.
would say about yeah. Um, I should probably get on Dave the Diver and Inscription soon because those will probably leave. But and then next one would be Ghost Runner. That's been on my list for quite a while. It's supposed to be really good, pretty challenging, but I mean, I kind of feel like Yeah, I feel like if I hit my head against the wall enough with certain games, I just kind of get through it. You know what I mean? If I can do Cuphead, I can do Ghost Runner.
Oh, for sure. My next game is a game called Carry On. Have you heard of this one?
Sounds familiar.
It's basically you're playing as the kind of like the Thing from John Carpenter's The Thing movie. You're like a big red monster, and you're just going around. You're literally like slaughtering people. It's like a
That
Metroidvania.
sounds fun. Nice.
It's kind of pixel arty. So if you're not into that, you might not be into this game. But it looks really good.
Okay.
And it plays good. It's so fun to play, and you just run around as this big blob monster, like with tentacles sucking people up and killing them, basically.
You had me at sucking people up.
I bet I did. I bet I did. And then my, are you done with your list? Actually,
I got 2 more.
you got 2 more. Okay. And then next on my list is another completed game. Talked about it already. Harry Potter Quidditch Champions PS5 version.
Nice.
Your turn.
So my last 2, first Hi-Fi Rush. It's been on my Xbox. I know it's not an exclusive anymore, but I'm still gonna play it on Xbox because that list is rough. I really just want to do a blind playthrough, enjoy the game, and probably just move on from there.
I do want to play that
Game
one
Pass.
as well.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really good. And last but not least is Hellblade 2, which I started. I think I brought up in the last couple. I still haven't made any more progress on it because I've been going hard on PlayStation, but I am going to try to make some progress probably this week. Maybe even try to finish it.
Either that or Suicide Squad. That'll probably be what I start playing as like my bigger game once I finish Powerwash.
Yeah. And it's only like, I think it's like 8 hours.
Yeah, it's
something
not
like that for
100%.
Game. Yeah,
And I believe there's a chapter select for collectibles, but I'm not entirely sure. I'll have a guide going with me for collectibles at least, because everything else should be just straightforward story.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, so mine last 2 are Hoa, which I've talked about. It's an okay platformer. What's that?
Oh, I said, what'd you call me?
You a Hoa for sure. But yeah, it's a platformer. Very, very beautiful game. Music's great. Looks like a Studio Ghibli film. I've talked about it so many times. And I'm probably like, I think I looked it up. I'm actually like a third of the way through the game. But very doable. And then my last one is Hellblade 2. I love the first one so much. I played it on both systems. And yeah, I just gotta do that one.
Yes.
Now, on to our 2025 list. Let me pull mine up. Where'd it go?
We might have to speed run this because I'm getting the eye.
Oh, from who? Your lady? Oh, okay. I'll run through mine real quick then. I broke it down into basically completing one game every month. So, January, I plan on finishing Banisher's Ghosts of New Eden. I bought it in February, just never touched it. It's a don't nod game. People that did Life is Strange, you're like a ghost hunter in colonial times. Very basic overview, but we're not going to get into it since we got to wrap up for Gary. And I don't blame it. I'm going late. February, I plan to finish God of War Ragnarok. Bought it at launch, just never really played too much time into it. But I love the God of War games, especially. Well, I've only played the relaunches, so.
Giving me ideas for my list now.
Yep. March, I want to finish Watchdog Legions. All I have is my permadeath run through. Skip Watchdogs Legions. That game kind of sucks. April, Digimon Survive. I bought it on physical. It's like a turn-based game. I really like Digimon, and it's supposed to be a pretty good story as far as Digimon goes. May, I bought this game a couple days ago. It's coming in the mail tomorrow. Death Stranding Director's Cut. I used my Amazon credit, so I didn't have to actually pay any money because Amanda just uses my card and gets credit. And then that's when I buy things for me when I can get it on the credit. So, I've never played Death Stranding, but Death Stranding on the beach trailer looked really cool, and I've always wanted to try Death Stranding. So, we'll do that. June, I plan on doing Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I got it digitally at some point. I put a little time into it, but not enough. I want to finish that one off. July, I have Horizon Forbidden West. I beat the game. I have to do the ultra hard mode and then the new game plus stuff, but then also the DLC, which I bought, but I just can't access because I don't want to access that until I go back to a easy difficulty. Because I don't want to play more on hard than I have to.
Yeah, for sure.
Then in August, I have Prey. Not the Prey from before, where you're playing as a Native American, where you can't actually lose the game. I don't know if you ever played that one, but when you died in the first Prey, you would just go to the Phantom Realm and you'd kill some spirit birds and get your health back and respawn right where you were.
I really liked that one. That was fun.
I didn't mind that one either. This Prey is very different, and I really like it. But it's
supposed to be really good too.
It's Bioshocky, but
yeah, I want to play that. It's on my list too. It's in my backlog.
Just got to get back to it. Then we have September. Yeah. I plan on finishing Dark Souls 3. I love Dark Souls 3. I beat it all on my 360, my Xbox. I'm starting to play it again on the PS4/5. So I'm stuck at Artorias. I think it's Artorias. No, I'm stuck at the dude. Did you ever play Dark Souls 3?
No, I played some of the first one, but I haven't played the other two.
Dark Souls 3 is great. But I'm stuck at, there's the guy that like kind of clones himself in the fight, and then his third clone actually fights with you. But I'm stuck there. I'll get there at some point. Then October, me and Gary, we've committed to this. He just forgot about it. We're gonna play Anthem. We're gonna finish that game.
Oh boy.
I got a
year to mentally prepare.
Yeah, you got some time. Not as bad as I think people are making it out to be, but I understand why it almost sank BioWare. Then in November, another physical game that I bought that's on the shelf that I haven't touched, Forspoken. I got it on the cheap, so I think that'll make it okay. But it looks cool visually, and I don't know, it gives me 10 Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings vibes, along with some Avatar mix in there. And then lastly, December, we're gonna try to finish Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Yay!
Love Assassin's Creed.
One of my favorite ones. It's so good.
Yep.
Odyssey is so good.
That's my list, and I'm sticking to it. Your turn.
I'm gonna replay that at some point at 60 FPS on. It's gonna be so good. So I only have 7 games right now. I had 6 before. You gave me an idea
your girlfriend's gonna kill you.
I know,
dude. It's only like 9 o'clock by you.
Yeah, but I told her like between an hour and a half.
Well, tell her we're trying to get famous.
So rest of. Basically everything from Yakuza, of the mainline Yakuza that I haven't finished, which is probably going to end up being Like a Dragon, Man Who Erased His Name, and Infinite Wealth. So really, that's doable. It's only 3 games. I'll probably end up doing the Judgment spin-off games too that are supposed to be really good. I'm going to try to finish the rest of Fallout. So probably 3, because I doubt I'm going to do 3 this year at this point. So it'd be 3, the PS5 version of 4, and 76 if you want to grind that out with me.
On what system?
PlayStation, because I'm getting all the platinums.
Ooh, I would, but they gave away it on the Xbox on Amazon.
They gave it away on PlayStation too, on PlayStation Plus.
Oh, well, Amazon gave it away on Xbox.
I'll just buy it for you.
Does it cost money or is it free? If they give it away on PS Plus, I probably bought. Wait, is it on actual like Essentials or?
I'm pretty sure they gave it on Essentials.
I probably have it then.
I'm pretty sure. If not, it's like hella cheap. Like I'll just buy it for you. I don't even care.
You can't buy it for me because PlayStation won't let you gift games.
What if I just send you a physical copy?
No.
Final Fantasy 16, I've been wanting to play that for a hella long. Everybody says it's really good. There's hella DLC for it now, so it's going to take even longer to
Starts with a sex scene, I'm told.
I mean, I'm told right there. I might just start it right now during the podcast. Now, Cyberpunk 2077, same thing with that. Ever since they updated it and the DLC came out and everything, everybody says how great of a game it is.
It's on my list. I got it on my shelf.
Yeah, I got it on sale from Best Buy, the PS4 version with a free PS5 upgrade physically for like $10
with the steelbook.
So, it came with like the slipcover, but I don't think there's a steelbook.
Oh, I got it when they were doing that deal where essentially it was buy the steelbook for $10 and you get the copy of the game for free.
Ooh. I know we said we weren't going to buy anything, but I'm 100% buying Assassin's Creed Shadows, so I don't care what you say.
I
That's on my
might pick
list
that
too.
up too for my birthday.
Yeah.
Even though I've got so many other Assassin's Creeds.
Baldur's Gate 3, I got the super fancy deluxe magical physical edition that came out. And my buddy's he's been basically he's been very passive aggressive about wanting me to play. He brings it up like every chance he gets. So probably gonna at the very least do a co-op run with him. I know I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to platinum that game. It's just like there's so much. But and then this is the one that you gave me an idea for. Pretty much every God of War. I platinumed all of them, but Ragnarok. Obviously, Ragnarok wasn't out at the time on my previous profile, but I do want to do it again on this profile. I already have one, two. What's the Ghost of Sparta? No, what's the other PSP one called? Chains of
Ascension.
Olympus.
Oh, wait, no.
Chains of Olympus. So I still need to do Ghost of Sparta 3, Ascension 2018, and then Ragnarok. So luckily, out of those 5, 3 of them are very short. But yeah, I want to redo 2018 because they released the 60 FPS patch for PS5 anyway, so it'll be even better. And then I'll do Ragnarok on PS5. I started Ragnarok on PS5 when it came out, like you did.
Yeah.
Got like 7 hours in, and then I just fell off.
I think I fell off at the point where like it kind of like expands into borderline open world area.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, there's all this shit to do. And then I just was like, oh, there's a lot of shit to do.
Yeah. Something happened to me, so.
All right. Gary, I think we'll just come to a consensus on this. Our joint recommended game. Go play Origami. It's a great game.
Do it.
Yep.
And then play the second one after that.
Yep. And with that, another episode of Platinum Achievements comes to a close because I don't want Gary to be murdered, and I'm gonna have to edit a 2-hour video. Oh, it's gonna be great. Thank you all for listening. Like I said at the beginning, go down, subscribe, give the video a like, share it with your game-loving friends, and happy hunting, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Our significant others are gonna murder us.
Mm-hmm.